WCVH proudly presents CV Today.
Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd.
Now over to Amanda with some more announcements.
Thank you. The quote of the day today is, "The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain," by Dolly Parton. Lunch for today is a main meal of cheeseburger on whole grain roll with lettuce and tomato or PB&J Uncrustable. Lunch for tomorrow is a main meal of chicken Alfredo with garlic knot or ham and cheese on whole grain roll. Now over to a weather report.
So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Welcome back, CV. My name is Devin, and I'm your weather guy for today. Currently, it is 25 degrees out, pretty clear. Outside, we have a high of 38 degrees and a low of 24 degrees. It gets a little warmer throughout the day at around 4 o'clock today, but that's about it. And there's about no chance of precipitation. Anyway, that's all I have for today, so now over to headline news.
We're talking about this being historic, and it is, but there is a long list of former world leaders who have faced trial for misdeeds, who have Sarkozy and Jacques Chirac. Also, the former Israeli president, 5 years for rape. Former Israeli Prime Minister, Ehud Olmert, time for accepting bribes. Two former South Korean presidents. There's an arrest warrant out right now for Jacob Zuma by South African authorities. Lula da Silva of Brazil went to jail for corruption, just shy of 600 days. I mean, that list just goes on and on and on. But in the US, when it comes to former presidents facing criminal charges, there's a real reluctance, be it Nixon or Trump or George W. Bush for the Iraq War or Bill Clinton for the Lewinsky scandal. So what is the main difference here? How does it sort of play into what's happening in France and what could be happening in the United States?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, what it really does, point to is this sort of, prevalence of political leaders that seem to be running for office to advance their own personal agendas and financial agendas, as opposed to actually doing what they're supposed to do, which is representing the people. The immediate impact of this, of course, is that this sort of, fuels the anti-establishment kind of sentiment around corruption and so on, and is precisely the sort of the oxygen that encourages these political parties. What's so egregious, I think, in the case of Nicolas Sarkozy is that this is somebody who's held political office going all the way back to the 1990s, including cabinet positions and including being Minister of the Interior and being the sort of the top cop in the country with a reputation for being especially uncompromising and harsh. And yet this is somebody who used this position of power and of authority and has engaged in a whole range of kind of corrupt practices that are a product of this entitlement. And I think that the political establishment in France does not forget this. These are historically Macron and Sarkozy, people who came to power as some of the youngest presidents in the history of the French Republic. They're still around, they're political threats, and they're all settling scores with one another.
Yeah, there was a mountain of evidence in this case, including recordings between Sarkozy's former campaign manager, who would refer to the former president as the dwarf, and the former First Lady Carla Bruni, who reportedly would remind her husband that he is a kept man because she is worth millions. If Sarkozy loses his appeal against this sentence, he has to do time. It does put house arrest in a new light, though, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but I think that that's for many people is not enough. That we have yet again, elected officials engaged in absolutely egregious and proven records of corruption, and yet they don't end up behind bars. There always seems to be a way in which they achieve perhaps a different kind of immunity, which is the sort of the incapacity of the system to actually sentence them properly for what it is that they've been up to. And this, of course, does a tremendous disservice to the political system here.
Dominic, thank you. Dominic Thomas there for us in LA. As always, good to see you.
Great to see you. Thanks, John.
Seniors, the family of Bob Coleman, the co-owner of Good Life Ice Cream and Treats in Lancaster, who passed away in January 2021 after a courageous battle with cancer, created 2 scholarships in his honor. Applicants must be a high school senior who will graduate in May or June 2021, must attend college or culinary school in the fall of 2021, and must pursue a degree in business management, hotel restaurant management, or culinary school. The application is on Schoology and must be received by May 15th. Now over to This Week in History.
This week in history, Roman Catholic Cardinal Eugenio Pacelli was elected Pope on his 63rd birthday. He took the name Pius XII on March 2, 1939. Also this week in history, the United States launched the Pioneer 4 spacecraft, which flew by the moon on March 3, 1959.
Seniors, the Complete Restoration Scholarship is now available on Schoology. This scholarship is open to any volunteer firefighter or child of a volunteer firefighter in Lancaster County. The scholarship deadline is April 15th. Kitchen Kettle will be having a job fair on Friday, March 5th from 2:30 p.m. till 5 p.m. and Saturday, March 6th from 8:30 a.m. till 10:30 a.m. The job fair will be held in the Harvest Cafe in the center of the village. You can see a list of positions at kitchenkettle.com and click the job opportunities link.
Seniors, the Lancaster-Lebanon Association of Educational Office Professionals is pleased to offer a scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to a 2021 Lancaster County or Lebanon County High School graduate who shows promise and interest in the secretarial or business field. The applicants must be returned by April 1st, 2021. Seniors, the Town and Country Garden Club of Lancaster Scholarship is now available on Schoology. They are offering a $1,500 scholarship to a deserving senior who has chosen studies in agriculture, engineering, agronomy, biology, excluding pre-med, botany, dairy production, environmental control, city planning, floriculture, horticulture, land management, landscape design, forestry, wildlife sciences, and urban planning. The scholarship deadline is April 1st, 2021.
On Thursday, March 4th, the CVHS Marching Band will be holding an open gym rehearsal from 6 to 9 p.m. These are for anyone interested in possible participating in the marching band this year, regardless of experience. We welcome anyone, including those who have never played an instrument. Thursday's open gym will be specifically geared towards percussion and color guard members. There will be more open gym rehearsals coming up. Stay tuned for more announcements. If you have any questions, please contact Mr. Nace or see him in the band room, room 140. Now over to CV Sports.
There are no sports for today.
Go home and do your homework.
Now
over to sports highlights.
Labus trying to come all the way back, induces a ground ball to the right side, picked up by Doty over to Morgan, and the Penguins, after loading the bases, do not score.
Swing.
Cruz was 1 for 3 yesterday, and he tattoos one deep to left center field. It falls down just short of the warning track, and Cruz easily motors to second base with a driving double that almost carried to the warning track. Here's the 1-1. Breaking pitch, stroked into right center field. That's down. Cruz had to wait to see if the ball might be caught. He is stopping at third. The Tigers have back-to-back hits. A booming double by Cruz and a soft liner to right center. Cade Beloso is on deck. A liner into left center field, and that's going to roll a while. Cruz scores easily. Morgan digging for third. They put on the brakes. The throw back to second base. Not in time. A double by Doty. And the Tigers are off with a 1-0 lead. A double, a base hit, and a double.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered. The offense stays hot. Ball middle away, and Doty just stays on and hits a liner into the left center gap and gets on his horse. And now the Tigers got something really cooking.
First home run of the season yesterday. This ball is stroked sharply to the right side. The second baseman has it. Morgan scores easily from third, and Beloso drives in to make this play.
Yeah,
this is a big league play behind the plate. No room for error. He leaped up into the net and the stretch. A cold third strike. A fastball froze. Turner Grawl.
That leads the Tigers.
And that breaking ball does not break, and it hits Cruz.
Nobody warming up in the bullpen either. So
this time a throw to first gets by. It rolls down in foul ground. Cruz is rounding second. Cruz is on his way to third. Nolan Cain puts on the brakes there. And the errant throw at first base has allowed Dylan Cruz to pinwheel around and get to third. The 2-2. A drive deep to left field. You can pucker up and kiss that baby goodbye. Cade Doughty with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth inning as the LSU Tigers come from behind and get two in the ninth in their final at-bat.
That's all the announcements we have for you today.
On behalf of WCVH, I'm Olivia.
Alongside Zia.
And this is CV Today. Have a T-Bear Tuesday.